This is another video, cabin life, off-grid living, the importance of staying warm. And this video, I just want to go over and discuss a few things that I've found works best with keeping warm and dry during the colder months. So the importance of keeping warm and dry, obviously, off-grid can be crucial. So one of the basic ways to heat your homestead or cabin during the colder months is the use of a wood burner. And for most, wood can be relatively inexpensive, depending on your location, but also provide a great exercise, which is a bonus, and a feeling of self-rewarding accomplishment at the end of the day. So I myself have been using two separate sources of heat here at the cabin. My primary source of heat, of course, would be wood heat, and I've also got a wall mount propane furnace for my secondary source of heat. And the propane furnace, it's better suited for times that I'm away from the cabin here during longer durations. So both require regular maintenance. That's one thing to keep in mind. But overall, I'll always enjoy the wood crackling here in the wood stove behind me, and you just can't beat the wood heat. So one of the things to consider when burning wood is the type of wood that's abundant in your area. I guess in here in Newfoundland and Labrador, we require a residential wood cutting permit, relatively inexpensive, $25 a year. So that's something to consider. So what type of wood is in your area? What's more abundant? Would it be a hardwood or a softwood? You go for that. But one thing to keep in mind, hardwood is generally emits more heat per cubic yard or meter, however you're reading it. But it also can create more creosote. So obviously your chimney and the wood burner requires a little more maintenance when you are burning hardwoods. So something to keep in mind. I never burn green wood. That's a general rule of thumb that I've always kept in mind, because it's something, when you do burn green wood, you're going to have added creosote. It's going to burn at lower rates, therefore more creosote is going to build up in your flue and in your chimneys. So I just avoid green wood. I prefer dry wood only. So I guess like in my area, I prefer to cut throughout the winter months. It's easier for me to get to access by snowmobile, and so therefore the dead standing dry juniper and spruce, that's the what I look for, and it is abundant here in my area. So I guess one thing to keep in mind, if birch, yellow or white birch, is in your area, I find it does give off a lot more creosote. It's probably the worst out of all the hardwoods in my area, and the shelf life. You maybe get 2 years maximum out of birch that's being stored in your woodshed or outside. After that, it kind of goes punky, and you don't get much heat from it, and it's kind of useless. So another thing to keep in mind, I guess. I personally try to stay at least 2 years ahead. What I found through personal experience over the years, like I said, this is my 9th year here now living at this cabin, and what I do find is if you can stay 2 years ahead, because there are going to be times, so you're going to have winters, you're going to have seasons where it's near impossible, if not impossible, to get out and to harvest any wood for your wood burner. So, and I know that from personal experience. And speaking from last year's experience, we didn't have much snow. and therefore I didn't get any wood. So I always like to stay 2 years ahead. That way, for those of you that are living off the grid or enjoying the homestead lifestyle where you're a little more independent with, gathering your own wood and those sorts, you can enjoy the pleasures of the outdoors without having to work your butt off and worried about keeping your homestead warm or your family warm. So that's one thing to consider. Without further ado, coming up here now, I'll share with you a few clips and some footage from this past week out and about and harvesting some dry juniper and some dead standing spruce that was not too far from here. So hope you guys enjoy. Oh, another thing, I know a few of you were discussing on my previous video with the maintenance, with cleaning your chimneys and stuff. This particular brush here for cleaning out the chimney and the flue, it's a polypropylene brush. It's better suited for prefabricated stainless steel chimneys. I know a couple of you did mention in the comment section below in the previous video that using a stainless steel brush head like this will damage the stainless steel chimneys, the liners or the prefabricated. They will scratch it, and of course the gases and whatnot from the wood heat will react and cause your chimney to rust, and obviously you're not going to get the lifetime out of your stovepipe, so out of the flue. So just thought I'd share this with you. This is roughly the same cost as the stainless steel brush heads. So polypropylene, there are a number of them out there on the market. So, but yeah, this is better suited for stainless steel and prefabricated chimneys. So always ask before you go out and purchase your maintenance products for your wood burners, and it will save you in the long run, because it's not cheap with having the proper flue and stovepipe. So anyway, here you are, guys. Hi everyone, Dave here. Welcome back. Just out today. It's January 3rd, 2017. I got the 2009 Yamaha Viking Professional towing Labrador style Cometic. It's about 10 feet long. The box is 2 feet wide, 2 feet high, and it's 8 feet long. So it can take a significant amount of wood. About, I guess about close to half a cord, I guess, if you round it off. So anyway, I'm just in an area here not far from my place, and I already beat a trail a few days ago. So I just made another loop here. It's important you break your trail a couple days in advance so that the snow hardens and you don't get hung up when you got a heavy load that you're towing. And this is what I'm after here. It's dry juniper, and I will take the dead standing spruce. You can see the spruce that's in behind it. I'll take that as well. I prefer this time of the year to gather wood. You can pull right up alongside of it, and it's a lot easier and less time consuming. So you can see we got another dry juniper there. Anyway, I like the ones that don't have any bark. They're a lot cleaner, and the wood is usually a little more dense than the ones that still have the bark on them. So as you can see, there's a significant amount here around this area. We're on the edge of a bog here. So generally around the edge of the bogs, so when you do find the dead standing juniper, it will be a little spongy on the outside on the first couple of feet, but after that it tends to be pretty dense and dry all the way up through until you get close to the top. So a lot of people won't cut them if the tops are missing. It's a first indication that they may be rotten or partially rotten. But I found recent years, even the ones that have cut down with the tops missing, that they're still pretty good. So it's just a hit and miss there. Anyway, it's a beautiful day. Red Indian Lake is just off on the other side of those trees there. Sun is shining. It's about minus 10 degrees Celsius today. So, and you can see we got a couple more back here. I didn't bring my snowshoes, so I'm just going to be taking what's alongside of the snowmobile trail here that I've got beaten. So anyway, I've got the MS 290 still saw, a 16-inch bar, and so we'll gather up some wood today. We'll get a few sticks knocked down, and we'll bring it back to the cabin. So I just thought I'd do a brief video and share with you guys. This is usually my favorite time. A little later on in the year now, it's even easier to gather wood. The snow has settled quite a bit, a little harder. So, but an important thing to keep in mind when you are cutting in the wintertime with snowmobile is to ensure that you break trail first, and do that at least 24 hours before, and in the nighttime when it cools down, it hardens up the trail. Anyways, we'll share with you as we work along here. Alright, so just to give you an idea here, that's an all gray dry juniper. The top is still on it. All the bark is completely gone, and it's not twisty, so it's easier to split if you wanted to split it. That's a medium size, about 8 to 10 inches on the butt, so I generally will keep them that size. And this one right here is a pine. I believe a white pine or red, I'm not certain, but here in Newfoundland you're not permitted to cut pine whatsoever, even if it's windfall or if it's dead standing, it doesn't matter. I'm assuming for many reasons, such as pine marten habitat and where they hollow out, where they're wind chuck. So, but in behind this pine and here you can see there are a couple large dry juniper in back there, and so it's quite easy to break a trail with snowshoes in. And they're fairly large. They're about maybe looks to be from here probably about 15 or 16 inches around on the butt. So a lot of burning in those. One thing to keep in mind with dry juniper, I know Jeff and a few other people have always commented and said be careful because they will warp your stove. They do have a lot of heat. So I use a burn indicator on my stovepipe, and that way I can judge how hot it's burning in the stove. So anyway, just thought I'd share. Alright, so we got two dry juniper down. They're about medium size, I guess. Probably about 10 inches around on the butt. So I don't know if you guys can see that very well or not, but a lot of the juniper's got a green center to it. Anyway, so that's 2 sticks there. Usually about 5 sticks this size will fill this Comedic. So anyway, just thought I'd share with you. Wind is picking up a little now, so makes it a little more challenging when you're trying to follow them out towards the sled. So I'll probably cut this short for the rest of the day. Head back to the cabin. Anyway, everyone out there, keep warm, stay safe, and enjoy the great outdoors. As always, take care, and thanks for watching.